I can use some dry vocals, or even go.
Oh, I can do inhales too. It sounds like much brutal. Like.
And he can go on forever. So that's it, folks. ToneWoodAmps. Alex Misko.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Hi guys, welcome back. Chris here, Thomann YouTube channel. We have the one and only Alex Misko here.
Hello guys.
The show.
Hello, it's great to meet you here.
Hi, awesome, you're kidding. Awesome. So I have way too many questions. If you don't know Alex, just check him out on YouTube and everywhere on social media platforms. It's he has some pretty serious stuff going on. Percussion, guitar, fanfret, banjo tuner is...
Oh no, that's my secret.
Way too many things not to ask. So let's just get right into it.
Okay.
How are you, man?
I'm fine. I just arrived to Germany. I'm happy to finally be here to talk about a little bit about my guitar, maybe about my girlfriends, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, and hairstyling methods.
Hairstyle,
and,
yeah. Where can I buy this short and stuff?
Yeah. Your favorite shoes, brands. All right, wow, okay. Let's start with you before we get into the guitar, because the guitar is so obvious and needs some explanation.
It needs to be hidden.
Yeah. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's a
No.
So, inspirations and everything, did you, I don't know, listen to AC/DC and then you thought, I'll do some percussion stuff and then detune my guitar while I'm playing?
Well, actually, it's quite an interesting question, because I've got into guitar playing as a classical guitarist, and I've just attended private classical guitar lessons for 3 years. I have never been a good student. I was just playing because I had nothing to do. I had no friends. Yeah. And then I got to see Don Ross' video in the internet. He's a fantastic Canadian fingerstyle guitarist, and I was so hooked up with his music, with what he does with his guitar. Not in terms of technique, but the music.
Yeah.
The music was fascinated for me, and I started to buy tabs like crazy to watch his videos, to try to learn it, and that was my first inspiration. And then there were many guitarists in this genre. I don't know, my biggest inspirations are let's say John Gom, Thomas Leap, Mike Dawes, Preston Reed, and lots of others. But then I quickly switched to different genres, because I believe that it's not really good when you're a fingerstyle player and you listen only to fingerstyle players, and
then you're just the next one.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like someone else, because there's no sense in trying to be another Tommy Emmanuel or another John Gom, because they are ones and only. But to find your own voice, you need to listen to different music and try to squeeze anything that can be good for your music. So I'm mostly into metal.
Really? That's why he just showed us how awesome he can pick squeal.
Yeah.
It's just what?
What? Yeah. I really like progressive. Well, everything that connected with metal. Also, I like everything that connects with mathematics and music, like math rock and stuff like this. I really like underground hip hop. I really like avant-garde genres like Steve Reich, Philip Glass, composers like this. Yeah, so they are fantastic, and they quite a lot shaped my understanding of music, because when I started to listen to Steve Reich when I was in 10th grade at school, so obviously I haven't had any friends because of that, because I listen to Steve Reich.
Oh my God, look at what he's listening to.
Yeah. Hey man, I found another good song by Steve Reich, it's 2 hours long, can you listen? Oh man, I don't want to speak to you anymore. Yeah, so, when I listen to a lot of this kind of avant-garde composers, like John Cage, for example, I started to understand that music is literally like everything that's around us. It's quite too narrow-minded to, I don't know, to explain music as a melody or something like this, or to declare that if this song or something has no melody, it's not music.
When you write a song, do you choose the tuning first, or do you have the tuning you always stick to?
It depends a lot on what I want to achieve, because it depends a lot on the atmosphere. The tuning in this genre is more like an atmosphere. For example, I don't know, this tuning that I'm now here is A sharp, F, 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 G sharp, C sharp, and eventually it's like it's A sharp minor chord. It's quite gloomy and it's quite powerful because it's like, and I can play some chords like this. Yeah, so for example, in this song, it's more about this kind of energy and punch in this tuning, and it sounds big. It sounds like there's like two guitars playing, and it's quite simple to play. But the idea is to create some kind of a tuning that fits the mood of your own. It's not about theory. It's just about your personal feeling. How do you want it to sound? Because most of my songs, I mean, the best songs that I have ever written were written like just like I sit, I start to fiddle around, and I write a song in 2 hours or something like this, and then I just need to spend like 1 week to practice it and stuff like this. But the song is ready itself in one take, and that's really important, because if you like prolong your writing for months, it means that the chorus were written using these feelings and impressions, then the verse you were inspired by something else, and eventually you have some kind of a medley that sounds like, well, some people write music like this, but it's not for me, for sure.
Have you ever felt like you really enjoy a piece of music or a style or a band or whoever, whatever, and it just doesn't influence your playing at all or your writing at all?
Well, I listen to lots of genres that are not really can be transported into guitar. For example, like heavy genres like deathcore, because well, you can try. Like I don't know, like there's okay, like I don't know. Oh shit.
Well, you can.
Yeah, but I don't think that people would like it. Yeah, yeah. If I put some distortion here, maybe it would sound a little bit better. But but anyway, it's not appropriate for this kind of guitar and for this kind of guitar music. But but I really enjoy this kind of music, because even if I can't like use it like as an exact ideas how to play in low C tuning, but I can use the energy of that music, because it's really powerful. This music usually wants you to beat people in the face and to, I don't know, to crush your house.
Or at least the strings. You know?
Yeah, the strings,
Is it right? My guess is that it's a banjo tuner set. Is it right?
No.
No?
It's just like a regular...
It is not.
It's
definitely not a banjo tuner.
Definitely not a banjo tuners. It can be anything, but not a banjo tuners. Yeah, so actually I have a perfect pitch from the childhood, and I'm so happy because, like, I don't know, it's only for my mom. And and also...
So come on. So what's up with the tuners? Did you learn the way how to make like a perfect turn, you know, for a half a step or a whole step, or?
No, actually it's much easier. Well, because I have perfect pitch for sure, but not only because of that. And because you can see, I don't know if it's visible or not, guys, but you can see.
A couple of things there.
They look quite strange. They're so big, and actually they look quite strange only from this side, but from this side it's like, oh, there's nothing, like regular tuners.
No tuner heads.
Yeah, and the thing is that they have a like high stop and low stop, so it means that I can go to C, I guess it's C sharp or something like this. I just stop it here using this black screw. Okay. Then I go downwards to C, I guess it's C, but I can use any kind of length between two notes. Okay. I mean until the string will break. So and now it goes like this. You can try.
Oh man.
Yeah, you have a perfect pitch now too. Guess you're my brother.
It's that easy. It's that easy.
Yeah, so...
Wow, okay.
Yeah, but there are lots of problems with them too, because it's not like a perfect technology. It's like banjo technologies from 60s, and one of my biggest inspiration, the British guitarist Adrian Legg, was the first one to put them on his guitar in 70s, I guess. Yeah, and the problem is that they turn so fast. They have a ratio 4:1 instead of a guitarist 16 or 18 to 1. Yeah, so it means that probably I have E. Yeah. And I have almost nothing.
Okay.
And I have E.
With a half a tone.
Yeah, and I have Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so easy to just to miss the note when you tune. That's why I use these violin fine tuners here. Yeah, and it's not my invention. It was Adrian Legg's invention too. I just like copied this system, and you can see my strings wounded in the opposite way too.
The top strings are wound the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, it's the right way
not really
for you.
wrong. Yeah, but the right way for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I stolen the system completely from Adrian Legg because it works. Sometimes it works, but sometimes not. But most of the times it works. It depends a lot on the friction, on how much oil you put into your nut. It's important too. That's why it's all in graphite now.
Yeah,
you can see in this side too. So yeah, it works most of the times, and I'm pretty happy with it.
How many pencils do you have at home?
Oh well, lots of pencils.
All right, the fan fret is probably obvious. It just feels comfortable.
Yeah, actually, that's my first guitar when I tried fan frets, because I was thinking obviously that. It looks cool and it's nice to get some girls with these frets, but yeah.
Oh yeah, girls love some good frets.
Yeah,
I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but actually, because I use low tunings and quite thick strings, it's really important for me to have the strings intonated properly and to keep them in tune, because now it's A sharp here. It's not now. I'm a liar actually, but it's D. I'm sorry. Now it's A sharp, and you can see the intonation is quite good. Yeah. There's no like
moves around, but
there's no
it's
buzzing. Yeah, it's stable. I can press. I can even go here.
What gauge strings are these?
It's 56.
It's 16, 12.
To a 13. Yeah.
13. Okay.
Yeah, it's not really heavy, but it works for me because sometimes I go quite high too.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because I can't like completely switch to baritone guitar, because sometimes I would need to go higher, and this set for me is something like a compromise between super low tunings and super high tunings. So fan frets work great for me. It's really easy to play. The only problem is that I need to get used to some angled harmonics, because when I practiced like a regular guitar, there was like straight frets, and you know that your harmonics are all here. But when it's fan frets, I know that my harmonic starts from here and goes like this. So the lowest harmonic is here, but the highest is here. So it goes like this, not like this.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that I
have to learn that. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I can do it. Like
it's like your middle finger strumming the strings, right?
No, it's my ring finger. Yeah, you just like put your index slightly on the fret, and it just goes slide and backwards too.
Just like all the cool stuff. Seems to be so easy.
Yeah, I can do that with this hand too. I don't know where to use it, but it's quite fun to do.
Well, right now.
Right now. Yeah.
And you're being cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's my new song. Thank you.
All right, ToneWoodAmp. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that little thing. Can you turn your guitar, please?
Yeah, that's
because there's something
special.
Weird going on.
Yeah, that's a magic box. Oh, yeah. And actually it's like a face hugger. From aliens.
From aliens. Oh, yes.
Yeah, so actually it's just a box, and it has this cool vibro dynamic here, my vibro speaker, I guess, and this kind of magnets. And I have a special magnet inside of the guitar, but it's quite easy to install, just like this kind of thing that you put inside of the guitar with some stickers. And it's just here, and it doesn't buzz when you play. It's just like there's nothing.
Just stick into the body.
The body, yeah, the
body
the lower side here. So actually, my magnet is here. So you can see when I put my ToneWoodAmp like this. Oh, it just sticks, like face hugger. Yeah, and the idea is that it's quite stable, you can see. And now this vibro speaker takes my signal from any of my pickups. This time it's Fishman. Yeah, from this output. And it transforms the signal, it amplifies the signal from my pickup and gives the vibration of the pickup to the lower side of my guitar. So eventually, yeah, magic happens. I explained the whole process, but it doesn't really matter how it works because it sounds like magic, because you don't need to plug anything, you don't need to use an amp. And it's so fun to practice like that, because you still can hear the natural sound of the guitar. It doesn't really affect it by a pickup. So sometimes when I practice too much with a ToneWoodAmp like this, when I get to my pedal board and my regular pedals and my regular pickup signal, I feel quite strange because the signal is too unnatural.
Yeah,
I kind of get used to this natural guitar sound with a little bit of reverb, and then I go into this plastic pickup sound. Well, it's not really plastic, but it sounds not as natural.
It's a pickup sound.
It's a pickup sound,
it's
yeah.
Your guitar still, and there's a mic in it, which is awesome. But it's transformed
it's different.
into, you know.
Yeah, it's quite different. There is no natural sound of the guitar anymore. That's why it feels like, oh,
that's
what
weird.
is this? Yeah, but it's really cool to practice like this and to perform in a small venues, because we in fingerstyle genre really like to have reverb. It just makes your guitar sound bigger.
Yeah.
Like you can just compare the kind of percussion like this. It sounds much better than if I just unplug it and play it like this. Yeah, so that's like a big difference, and it's so inspiring to practice something like this, because, for example, I have a song almost in this tuning, so please give me 15 minutes to retune. Yeah. It's called Snow in Stuttgart. It's like completely new one. I will play just a little moment of it. And if I put like lots of reverb, because you can put so much reverb, so it would be like a post-rock. But I really like this different genres, so it works for me. So yeah, you can see it's huge. The trail, or maybe any note.
Forever. Forever.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a piece of the song.
Could you please stop?
Well, in fingerstyle genre, we're still following this idea of a one-man band thing. So that's why we usually don't use too much of effects. But yeah, with ToneWoodAmp, you still can. For example, to use not really a fingerstyle effect, delay. I can make it huge again, really huge, like. It sounds so loud, and yeah, I can play. The volume is almost the same, and it goes just straight from here. And I can play like.
And what's even cooler, there is an output jack on it, so you can actually use it
on a big stage, you know. Yeah, because you can see you would think that that's a problem, because it's still a guitar. It doesn't really make your guitar so much louder.
No.
So you can't go on a big stage like that. But yeah, there's a cool thing that we have this beautiful cable. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And yeah, I can plug it into my output channel, because you can see it has two like main channels. That's the output that goes like to my pickup, any of my pickups. And yeah, I have this output that goes here, and now you can see when I plug it, there's no effects anymore. Obviously, because it would be really strange to have it, but...
So now the effect and the guitar's pickup sound goes into the PA.
Yeah.
So, you know, in the mixer, and you can record it, you can play on stage without having any feedback issues.
Yeah, it's quite fun. I was just fooling around now, but it's already so fun.
So you have a big board on stage with different pedals and everything, and like a mixer, you told?
Yeah,
That's also
actually,
an interesting setup.
Yeah, it's quite. I don't have it here with me because it would take too long to explain all this stuff. But actually, it's quite simple system for me, and lots of guys have been using it for many years. It's not my invention again. But yeah, what I basically have is I have 3 channels going out of this guitar. Mm-hmm. That's the magnetic pickup. It's humbucker. Yeah, I need to turn off the reverb. Yeah, humbucker that picks up only my strings. Yeah. I have microphone that picks mostly of my percussion and gives this treble to the strings. Oh, yeah. But it's only like 30% in the mix because I don't want it to be feedback. All the low frequencies are cutted like completely from this because I don't want it to be feedback. And I have 2 pieces for my bass drum. Here and here, so I can control this kind of sound separately to make it like big, like a real bass drum that you can hear on the drum kit without any interconnection with bass strings, because usually that's the biggest problem. When you want to make your bass drum bigger, you need to put more low frequencies on your piezo pickup, for example, and it makes your bass strings go bigger and it feedbacks wild. And and I have actually like 2 cables but 3 signals eventually, and they all go to different like pedal chains, different effects chains. So yeah, I have some octaves, some whammies, some distortions and overdrives, anything on my magnetic pickup, because it gives me this cool opportunity to use distortion, like really heavy distortion. Like I like heavy distortion for sure. Yeah, and at the same time I can do some percussion because the microphone is not affected. So it sounds really cool and strange because the microphone still picks up some strings, and you can hear this twangy, metallic, clean tone underneath this heavy distortion and also this percussion. And it's all clear, and it's really cool to use. And yeah, for the microphone, I don't use anything instead of equalizing and compressing. I used heavy compression as well because my style is really detailed. And if you want to hear all this little beautiful harmonics, all these little scratches, like you have to compress it. And yeah, and for my first signal I have these 2 bass drums. They're compressed immensely, and also they are equalized in that way, so that like something about 60 hertz frequencies are boosted really high to make this to have it really punchy. Yeah, and then all these 3 signals go into my little mixer, and where I control all this stuff. And after that, it goes through some effects like reverbs, delays, and loopers when I have to use on all of my pickups, because it would be strange to loop only magnetic pickup but not a percussion. Yeah, and afterwards I have 1 cable, mono cable, that goes out of my pellet board, and I just give this cable to a sound engineer, and he can do anything with it. I mean, hopefully not much. not too much of anything.
I can do a little delay.
Yeah, so, and that's how it works. Yeah, yes, my system is still in mono, and I'm thinking about switching to stereo a lot. I'm not really sure because Well, there are lots of pros and cons about that, but yeah, for now it's mono, it's lots of effects, all about the sound picture. It's not about the technique. I don't want those people in the audience who are not guitarists be bothered about, oh, the sound is so terrible, but he plays it all alone. Wow, props to him, yeah. It doesn't matter if I use looper or if I use delays. The most important thing is the final result. If the song can like affect people, if they can feel something out of it, if they can imagine like some kind of atmosphere when I put so much reverb, then that's my goal. I want my concert to be interesting for non-musicians, for non-guitarists.
Yeah. Enjoyable as a piece of music and not enjoyable as look at him playing. That's so flashy. Cool. I think we covered everything. Alex, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Really interesting. I'm so happy that I'm not the only one being fooled with that.
Oh, that's my biggest secret.
I was like, how the hell is that possible? Like whenever I try to do that, it's like all over the place. You know, it's perfectly not in pitch. Okay, but really, really impressive and inspiring style. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Alex.
thank you. It was a really great pleasure, and I hope to see you soon somewhere.
Oh yeah,
maybe
Absolutely, man. All right, guys, take it easy. Okay. We're done here, but we'll do a little session. Alex will play one of his songs, so make sure to check that out. Leave the comments down below. Subscribe. You know what to do. Cheers. Chris out.
Subscribe to my channel too, please. Guys, please.
Don't worry. Stop.
No.
Stop. Alex Misko. That's right.
That's
He's
nice.
right.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.